This is Ryan Smith coming to you from the Reichstag.
We are here at Charité University Hospital.
Coming to you from the Roots Rathaus. We are here at Olympia Stadium, Berlin.
One of the largest hospital systems in all of Europe.
From federal government to local government, it's Extreme Network that connects them all.
All of this powered by Extreme Network. Hello and welcome to Extreme Connect Live. I knew I was going to do that.
This is live.
This is live. My name is Ryan Smith.
And I'm Blair Donald.
And we are going to take you on an hour-long journey through what's going on here at Extreme Connect in Berlin.
Yeah, we're sad you guys couldn't join us in person, but excited that you could join us on LinkedIn and YouTube.
Absolutely. And so one of the things that we're going to do is we are going to show you what's been talked about, what people are excited about, and we are going to get right into it right off the bat. I'm so impressed about what I've seen so far.
It's been an amazing show so far. I mean, we've got a ton of people here. I think our goal for attendance was about 350 people when we first started. And now I think we're at about 700 that are here in person. So I think you could say that we've reached our goal.
That is amazing. And so, if you go through, there's a demo center, and the demo center has grown dramatically since the first Extreme Connect, right?
Yeah. Oh my gosh. I think we have 40 different demo stations?
Oh yeah, absolutely. And so many different people. There's fun things to do. So it's not just all technical. There's fun things to do, fun things to learn at the session or at the demo booth. And then there's all the other stuff that's going on too.
There's a ton of other stuff that's going. I mean, you'll never be bored at Extreme Connect. That's for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. And so when you go down to the main stage area that just wrapped up, one of the things that you'll see is all of the people, how many seats there are. They are packed in.
Oh my gosh.
What we have to say.
Standing room only.
Absolutely. And so that's just a little taste of what was going on.
I mean, honestly, I don't think it could have gone any better.
Yeah. And so one of the things too that I want to be able to do is to talk about the people that we're going to have on the show today. And so one of the things that I would say is we have to go with someone who represents Extreme here in the DACH region in Berlin, and that is Andreas Levert.
Yes.
So we got a chance to catch up with Andreas before the show, and he had a special welcome to everyone from Berlin.
Welcome to Extreme Connect. I am here with our Vice President of DACH region, Andreas Levert. Close enough?
Very close.
All right, excellent. Well, thank you so much for joining us on the show. What is it like to have Extreme Connect here in Berlin?
Yeah, so it's a wonderful event and a wonderful opportunity for everybody in Europe to come to Berlin, to this big city, very big city, and which would name with London and Paris in Europe as in one sentence. And I hope everybody enjoyed to be in Berlin,
right,
in this exciting city.
Absolutely. Now, this is your hometown. You were born and raised here.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So and that is wonderful for me. So to have all the people here from everywhere of the world. From Germany, from Europe,
right,
from America,
exactly,
and I think from Asia also.
100%,
and that is very beautiful to have that people are here, seeing what we can do for the companies, for the customers, which opportunities we have with them, and to show them our performance, our components, our solutions, make them better in their business, and make us better to connect with the customers.
Excellent. Now, when you're talking about connecting with customers, one of the biggest customers that we have is Olympia Stadium, Berlin. So what's it like to have that as one of our customers, and it's the home stadium of Hertha?
Yeah, that's right. And this is the biggest stadium in Germany. Hertha is not the favorite club in the moment, so the best club, but it is my home club.
Right.
And I grew up here, and for that one, I'm absolutely fan from Hertha, so
Yeah.
I have seasons tickets, and
Yeah.
and I'm so proud when I go into the stadium and see that our solution is working there,
Yeah.
and is working perfectly. And every time when I visit the stadium, I can connect it to the components and have wireless for free in the stadium.
Well, since this is your hometown, since this is the region in which you serve, why don't you give everyone out there a great big welcome to Berlin?
Yeah. So I'm very proud that everybody comes to my home city, visit us. I wish you all the best and all the things you can do in the city, and to connect with us and connect with other customers and partners.
All right. Thank you so much for joining us. I really appreciate you.
Thank you very much.
All right. Bye.
What a wonderful invitation to Berlin from Andreas. You know, I think that it's a wonderful city. I've had an opportunity to go out and look at things, and man, this is a great city to explore.
It's really fantastic. I mean, I walked around a little bit yesterday. I got the chance to, get out of the hotel. And I mean, it's just a really cool city, all the graffiti and the artwork around. It's amazing.
Yeah, and actually, speaking about graffiti, Norman was on stage earlier today, and he talked about a little bit about the graffiti that we see and what it means to Berliners. So, we had an opportunity to talk to Norman.
Yeah, and I mean, Norman is really the ringmaster of the Connect Circus, And I mean, this coming to Berlin has been in the works for so long. We had a little blip, for a few years where we couldn't make it to Berlin.
100%.
But I know that Norman is just as excited, if not more excited than we are to be here.
Absolutely. So let's go ahead and look at the video that we recorded with Norman earlier today.
So I am here with Extreme Networks Chief Operating Officer, Norman Rice. Norman, thank you so much for joining us on the show.
Thanks, Ryan. Thanks for having me.
All right. Well, guess what? This is an amazing event. Tell us a little bit about Extreme Connect 2023 in Berlin.
Extreme Connect, this is our first event in Europe. So this is our 6th edition of Connect, which is our annual user event. And we've done it 3 times live in the US. We've done it twice virtually. And this is now our 4th time live, or our 6th edition. And we're live here from Berlin. Now, we selected Berlin because of the concentration of customers. Did you know 40% of our business, our customer base, is here in Europe, and predominantly in this area around the DACH region, which is Berlin, which is Germany, Luxembourg, Switzerland, and that area. So we're super excited. And by the way, some fun facts about this show. Because it's our first one in Europe, we're like, hey, let's target 350 customers. We went from 350, 400, 450, 550.
Wow.
And we have a waiting list. So when there are people that are having some challenges getting in or out or whatnot, we're able to fill it right away because we have a waiting list of people locally. So we're going to crush it. It's going to be an awesome time.
All right. Well, one of the things that we can see around here is the fact that there is a strong theme of graffiti. Will you talk to us a little bit about graffiti and the city of Berlin?
Yeah, so Berlin itself it's really a melting pot of politics and culture, and it's symbolic. So after World War II, Berlin became symbolic of the Iron Curtain, the division between East and West. And the symbol was an actual physical wall, the Berlin Wall, which some people may not even know about, but there was a Berlin Wall. That came down in 1989. Now, as a form of protest, folks on the west side, or on the western side, would use graffiti and use street art to be able to communicate protest to what was going on, the division of families. There were families that were broken up, and there's stories here. We were talking to some of our customers that are here. We heard a story where one of our customers was separated from their family. They went to see a relative in East Berlin. 12 years later, they saw him. Wow. That's crazy stuff. So there's silent protest. So as the wall came down, in most cities, you would look at graffiti and different things that's seen as vandalism. Here, it's actually sanctioned by law, and it's supported because it's still a symbol of what happened in the city, and it's a symbol, a permitted symbol of sharing this silent protest. And as Germany reunified, it's remained a staple within Berlin itself. So we've incorporated a lot of that culture into this event to try to demonstrate, hey, we're not just here in Berlin, we're part of Berlin, but it also symbolizes our avant-garde approach and a lot of the spirit that Extreme has, trying to really be that challenger brand, be strong for our customers, and just really tie and build culture with our groups and our customers. So that's what it's about.
That's awesome. Now, you mentioned the customers. So what are some of the customers that we have here at Connect this year?
We have a ton of cool customers here. So everywhere. They're from all over the world, Ryan. You couldn't even believe it. So folks came from Asia. So we have Samsung, among others. Samsung, one of the largest companies in the world. They're here. They're here in training today. They've been here for a few days. We have folks coming in from the US. In fact, the customer that traveled the furthest, which we're going to designate, this is top secret, we're going to say it on stage, so you're hearing it first here. Again, it's exclusivity. But what we're going to do is we're going to designate or signify who came the furthest. So the government of Northwest Territories in Canada traveled over 4,000 miles, which is like a gazillion kilometers. They came here, and they're here in force to learn about our technologies. In addition to them, we have some of the hottest and coldest environments in the world. So one of our customers actually has a few of our customers have a contest, whether it's in Canada, whether it's in Finland, Europe, parts of Asia, who operates closest to the North Pole. FinIT in Finland operates closest to the North Pole. They're here, and they operate our technology is actually outdoors and exposed to -2 degrees centigrade external environment. And we have the other extreme. The Parliament of Kenya is here as well. They're 89 miles from the equator, and they're operating in this environment. Now, Kenya is a lot more temperate than that, but still, just geographically, this is the range. And we have tons of customers. Then out of the rest of the Americas, North Carolina, University of North Carolina, one of the biggest research institutions in the world. I mean, I could go on and on. We have lots of customers here, and it's awesome to see them from all over the world. Oh, and I totally blanked and forgot to talk about what about our local customers.
Exactly.
Well, guess what? We have a huge contingency from Germany. Is that shocking? Shouldn't
It's
be.
not.
It shouldn't be, right? There's a lot of folks from here. We have the it's the Olympia Stadium of Berlin, which is one of our customers. We're taking our customers to the facility. But we also have, the government. We have lots of customers, including the tax collector based here for Germany in Berlin. So just in case anyone's got any straggling expenses, just be wary.
Yeah, don't get audited. Well, I want to thank you so much for your time today. I think this is an extremely, no pun intended, amazing event. And the work that's been done has been amazing to just see it all come together.
It always is. Look, it's a team effort. This is a team sport. And when you see our technologies on display, remember, what we're in business for and what Extreme exists for is to help our customers find new ways to drive better outcomes. And the objective of that is leveraging our technology as part of a tech ecosystem, which is on display in our demo area. And this year we have 40 demos going on, including our tech pavilion of our partners. We have new technologies that are being announced and launched. I won't say what they are. Stay tuned, but they're out there. And we're launching those. Our technologies are showcased, and our customers are going to get immersed in that, whether it's in training or in the breakouts, and the most updated breakouts and the demo area. And that plus all of us being together, it doesn't matter what function you're in. We're all in this together, and we get to see our customers, spend time with our customers, and get real feedback. How do they use our technology? Why do we exist? And there's nothing more powerful than being in front of that group. And I'm so proud of everything the team does here, because to me, this is the culmination and one of the greatest examples of teamwork. Everybody comes together, we perform for our customers, and everybody walks away with, wow. And that's what you want. That's exactly what we set out to accomplish.
All right. Well, I want to thank you so much for your time. This is going to be a great, great event.
Right on, Ryan. Take care.
That's good.
All right. So, it's really great to talk to Norman and to get his perspective, right, on everything going on in the show.
Exactly. And we've got so many exciting customers here. We've had so much exciting product news. I mean, it's really been, a whirlwind, and we're only halfway through of what is officially day one.
Yeah, now Norman talked a lot about the customers that are here. And so let's look at a short video about some of the customers that we've got here at Extreme Connect.
Let's take a look.
All right. So those are some of the amazing customers we've got here in Berlin.
It's really cool just to see the range, of the people and the different ways that they find to use the solutions that we have.
Yeah, absolutely. And so, one of the things that we'll be talking about a little bit later is that we're giving out awards for customers using our technology in the most innovative ways.
I mean, it's just so impressive the things that people come up with, because we know that the network, everything relies on the network in an organization, right? Everything's connected to it. You show up to work, your laptop doesn't work, you're not doing anything for that day.
Right.
But just the ways that our customers have found to use the network to do more than just, connect their devices, they're actually making it a strategic part of their organization and driving toward, their goals.
100%. And so when we start talking about, digital transformation, which is a phrase that has been used for so long, but it has become more and more ingrained in the conversations that I'm hearing from customers, because especially those within industries, that those are the conversations that they're having in their organizations about how do we find new ways to have better outcomes.
Exactly. Well, that's really what all the products that we've announced today are about. They're all about making it easier for people to use the complex technology that is connecting, everything within their organization, but making it really easy, making it easy to manage, making it easier to, make it sure that everything's working, optimized, performing as you want it to, and even easier to do business with Extreme with our universal licensing and platforms.
Absolutely. And that's something that makes us really unique within the industry, and so that's something that you can't have an event like Extreme Connect and not make a few announcements, right?
Exactly. And that's not the only thing that's unique to Extreme. We have the industry's greenest and smallest form factor wireless Wi-Fi 6E access point. And we've also got the industry's only networking cloud continuum, which, I can't talk about it quite as well as Nabil can, but I think it's pretty cool.
Yeah. So let's talk about it. Nabil got on stage and it was electric. So much energy.
Nabil's just great. And, when he's live, when he's rolling, I think he does a great job as a, speaker. Everybody does.
You're absolutely right. So he brought out two of our partners, had Dan DeBacher, who's going to be on the show tomorrow. And they were talking about this big announcement that it's going to set things off for Extreme. So let's cut to the video that we got right after Nabil finished making the announcement backstage.
Yes.
Nabil, you just got off stage and you had an amazing announcement. Tell us all about it.
Hey, Ryan, thank you so much. Yes, absolutely. That was a huge amount of energy up there. It's so exciting. Look, Extreme is not just the name of a company. Extreme is an attitude. Extreme is a state of mind. And what is it? It is about finding challenges and fixing them. Being ahead of everybody else, not doing the things the same way, being innovative, new ways. We find a problem, we fix it, and we are at it again.
All right, well, you talked about there's a serious problem in the industry that we're trying to solve. So tell us about it.
Ryan, cloud. Everybody talks about cloud. It's everybody wants to be on the cloud. Everybody wants to be the cloud. But the reality is cloud is not the same for everybody. If I'm standing in San Francisco and I say cloud, you're going to think big cloud providers, GCP, Azure, AWS, or somebody like that. But right now we're here in Berlin, Germany. If I talk to somebody about cloud, the first thing they're going to ask is like, yeah, cloud, but where is it running? And then I go to Japan, our friends in Japan. And if I talk about cloud there, they're going to ask me, who has the keys to that physical location where the cloud is running? Cloud is different things to different people, different requirements in terms of data residency, in terms of cloud sovereignty, in terms of audit. So cloud means different things to different people. That's the first thing that is happening. The second thing that is happening is that most of the applications have moved to the cloud, but now they are starting to move back towards the edge. And why is that? Because most of the data is being created, consumed, and used at the edge. Now, you can think about big applications like autonomous cars. You can think about robotics in an industry. You can talk about those, robots doing, operations and surgeries, and so on and so forth. Facial recognition and stuff like that. These applications must be run at the edge. You can't run them in the public cloud. Why? First, too costly. Number two, too much latency. So applications, cloud applications, need to move towards the edge. So two problems. Cloud applications need to move towards the edge, and the cloud must satisfy the requirements of sovereignty. Now, Ryan, the problem is that there is no solution today for enterprises to do these two things simply, without spending a lot of energy, hiring a lot of people, bringing in a lot of complexity, and in the end, just messing up with their operation. There simply isn't any solution. So Ryan, you and I both know, when we see a problem, what do?
We fix it.
We fix it. And that is exactly what we've done. We have introduced the first cloud continuum purpose-built for enterprises so they can seamlessly move their networking-centric applications all the way from the public cloud to the private cloud and now to the edge. And that edge can be anywhere. Ryan, you know my favorite part?
What's that?
We actually ran this entire conference off of an Extreme Cloud Edge that is sitting right here in our demo hall. That is the power of our cloud continuum. The cloud is anywhere and everywhere you want it to be. And the best part, under the same exact operating model and the licensing model that our customers are used to with the current Extreme Cloud. There is nobody else that can do that. We're the first, and we're leading the industry in that.
Thank you so much. That's Extreme. That's how we do it. Back to the studio.
Well, who can explain it better than Nabil?
He definitely explained it better than I could.
Yeah, I tell you what, and you should have seen the people when he explained, oh, by the way, this isn't just vaporware. This isn't just a couple of slides. We are actually running this event, Extreme Connect 2023, on this product right now.
Exactly. We are running the entire event on it, and it's great because, the data sovereignty I was talking about earlier, none of the data, anything that we're running within this building is going to leave these walls because we've ported it all over from our network, and it's all connected through Fabric back to our data center.
Absolutely. And so what does that mean? That means now that you can expand your operations globally, but you can keep your data locally.
Exactly.
And that right there, that's a game changer.
It sure is.
And talking about game changers, we have to start talking about some of the other customers that we have. And so thinking about not only the customers here in Europe and in Berlin, but some of the customers that are, perhaps across the pond in the United States.
Yeah, you could call it a little bit closer to home, but for me, it's just down the street. MGM is the new venue that just opened up in Fenway in Boston, and it lights up the skies. It is a really cool venue. I was there, just a couple weeks ago for a concert, and it's an amazing venue right next to Fenway Park, also an Extreme customer.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's cut to a video and learn more.
If I could describe our relationship with Extreme Networks in one word, it would be authentic.
The primary use cases for the digital fan experience, they're really primarily focused on digital ticketing, and mobile food ordering right now. As the wireless network evolves, and as we start to sort of construct all these different sort of properties around the perimeter of the ballpark, we hope to kind of extend the footprint of the wireless environment and hopefully unlock the ability to provision and deploy new services.
All right. Well, one of the things that I was thinking about is that we should absolutely, it's fun to tell.
We should show. And so let's go to a video of the demonstration of this technology, Yes,
Extreme Cloud Edge.
Extreme Cloud Edge. See it in action.
Yes. All right. So we're going to cut over to Isaac, who's down in the demo area with Paula.
All right, Isaac, over to you.
Thanks, Ryan. I'm here with Paulo Francisco, who's just landed from Toronto in Canada, and we're here to talk about Cloud Edge. So, Paulo, I don't quite get it. I need to understand it better because this is the big announcement, right?
Absolutely, yeah. So Extreme Cloud Edge is actually a complete offering of our cloud portfolio of our applications, Extreme Cloud IQ, Intuitive Insights, SD-WAN Orchestrator, for customers who value data sovereignty above and foremost. So in some markets, we understand that there's reticence or about using public cloud providers like Amazon and AWS. So with Extreme Cloud Edge, this gives you an opportunity for customers to actually instantiate the entire stack of those applications right within their own data center. So all the data stays resident. Therefore, there's no worries about public infrastructure.
So countries like where we are now, like Germany, where data privacy is really important, this solves the problem of keeping it somewhere else.
Correct. Correct. So the data all stays resident within the stack, and this actually can be used by a local partner to actually offer that as value add to their customers. So like you said, customers that are in Germany that are worried about data resident within Germany, having the partner offer it from their own data center actually kills two birds with one stone.
Okay, and so this is it. This is what we're looking at right here.
Correct. That's a stack of Extreme Cloud Edge, which it's made up of 6 universal compute platforms, and then CloudOps actually orchestrates it just like a normal data center, so they deploy all the applications on top of it, and from there you get the full Extreme Cloud experience right hosted on the private installation.
And how do you? How does the licensing work for something like this?
So the actual package. So there's a package for the CloudOps service itself. Because it is a service that we are providing as part of the software management of the delivery of the application. After that, it's just standard licensing for the product. So the Extreme Cloud IQ, Pilot, Copilot. So Copilot's actually native to it as well. So
okay. So that means that customers who have on-prem now have the ability to get the benefits of Copilot on-prem.
Correct. So that was actually one of the biggest concerns always with data privacy with Copilot, because that data would have to go to Copilot engine. So with the Extreme Cloud Edge, we actually co-locate Copilot right in the offering itself. So even Copilot data stays with the residents because the engine of Copilot is running right inside the same platform.
Final question. If a customer goes this way, because of data privacy issues, whatever it might be, and let's say a year's time, the law changes or whatever, and they want to connect it to cloud, is there a path to be able to do something like that?
So it is Extreme Cloud, so it is all the exact same services, so absolutely, they can always take the configuration that's available in this installation and just move it to a public cloud provider.
Brilliant, so there you have it. Cloud Edge coming to you from Extreme Networks at Connect 2023. Over to you, Ryan.
All right. Well, what a wonderful demonstration of the technology. Like I said, it's not vaporware. It's not slideware. It's real.
It's real and it's working right now.
Oh my gosh. So what do you guys think out there? You know, chat with us. Let us know, what are your reactions to some of the things that you've seen so far in the show? We still got some great things.
Yeah, we do, but leave us a comment. Let us know what you think. We'd love to hear from you.
All right. Well, some of the other things that that we absolutely need to talk about is really what people are thinking about all of this announcement.
Well,
the show.
We talked earlier about the energy in the room. It was palpable. Everybody was so excited. And I mean, you can tell that we're excited, but maybe we should see how everybody else felt.
Yeah, so Rowan is out there looking for real-time reactions from attendees. So let's see what Rowan's got.
Over to you, Rowan.
We're down by the main session. The main stage has just finished. We thought we'd catch up with a few people to find out what they think. I'm here with Ruud. How are you, Ruud? Where are you from?
Good. I'm from the Netherlands.
And what company are you from? Tell us a bit about the company.
I work for Pink Elephant. We're a service provider, so we work a lot with Extreme, providing networking to all our different customers and managing it for them.
Okay, welcome to Extreme Connect. Tell us what you thought of the main stage presentation. The keynote's just finished just now.
Really great. For me, it's the first time at Extreme, so I've never been to this event, but it was really great. And also all the different things that came up, it was really awesome. Also really great content, also on the new things coming up. Really looking forward to the whole new interfacing of Extreme Cloud IQ, so really great content.
So let's try and pick out one thing. If you go back to the office next week, is anything you're going to do differently? Anything you're going to talk to your colleagues about that you heard about this morning?
Definitely, especially around the whole one network and how they are more integrating it with all the different products that they have with the fabric, etc. It's really awesome. So definitely I will talk about that with all my co-workers.
Okay, and we heard this morning that it was going to change the operating model, simplify things for a service provider like you. What do you think of that? How does that change your business?
For me, it really simplifies everything, because what I mentioned with getting the knowledge, it's really hard nowadays. So we have to do more with less people. So this is really going to help us simplify the model and being able to provide the best services to our customers without having to get more knowledge in. So really great.
Fantastic. Well, we really appreciate you coming to Extreme Connect. Enjoy the rest of the show. So I'm going to hand you back to the studio. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Rowan. We've talked a lot about Extreme Cloud Edge, and I think it's worthy of much more conversation. But this isn't the only thing going on at the show.
you know, like we said, there's a lot going on. It's a really busy show. And earlier we had the opportunity to catch up with our CEO, Ed Meyer, our corporate marketing lead, Amy Aylward, sat down with him earlier.
Yeah, so let's see what Ed had to say about what's going on at Extreme Connect 2023.
Live.
Hey everyone, I'm Amy Aylward here with Extreme Networks. I'm sitting with Ed Meyer, President and CEO of Extreme. We're here, first full day of Connect in Berlin. Very exciting. We just got out of the main stage sessions. A lot of exciting stuff happened today. Ed, the energy in that room was electric. How does it feel to be here in Europe? We've been trying to do this for a couple of years and we finally made it.
You know, oversubscribed is a good place to be. And we really appreciate all of our customers and partners, by the way, for showing up in a really big way, committing time. We got in over the weekend and people were taking training classes and they were full. People are really excited about it, Extreme. And then today we hear about the roadmap.
Yeah, so.
And the reveal.
Let's talk about what we heard today. So Extreme Cloud Edge, very exciting, very big news for the industry. First cloud continuum for networking. Talk a little bit of what that means for customers. How's that going to change their workflow?
This feeds into our whole reason for being at Extreme. Okay, as a challenger brand, what we're doing is we're making it easier for customers to deliver a high quality, high performance, secure networking experience. And as part of this is we're giving them flexibility. Customers want choice. So we've been a leader in cloud choice in terms of providing alternatives of public cloud, on-prem, but now we're pulling it all together with Cloud Continuum. So you can actually have a hybrid networking environment. You can't have more flexibility than that. So this is the industry first. Yeah. I think it's going to be a while before anyone catches up to this technology. It's going to take them a while. So we can bring this kind of flexibility choice. We're over here in Europe. One of the benefits is this whole idea of data sovereignty and the fact that even here at our conference, right, we learned today all the data, the networking data is kept in the hotel. So in terms of this idea of the line of like what data can cross or what it can't cross, the proof is in the pudding and we're doing it real time here. And I think, great reception from customers.
Great, excellent. A couple other exciting announcements. So the industry's smallest and greenest Wi-Fi 6E access point with the AP3000. We've got customers already using that actually in beta testing it. Kroger, a big grocer in the U.S.
Yeah.
So let's talk a little bit about that, the benefits.
Well, I think it's just it's a continuation of we've been first, and Nabeel was up had a slide today talking about all the industry first at Extreme, but first to Wi-Fi 6E, right, and then first with outdoor Wi-Fi 6E, and now we have come out with this very competitive targeted use case access point. To your point. Power consumption much lower than any other AP in the industry. Obviously, in our world today where sustainability is so important, that's a big deal. The other thing we announced with Kroger is the idea that we have an access point, but then we're also using Thread technology, which effectively allows us to combine IoT devices. The power savings from Kroger and their deployment across all of those stores is going to be massive. So it's dollar savings and it's also green policy.
Yep.
So.
And one thing I've been hearing here at the show from customers is we are, from a power consumption standpoint, leading the industry there in terms of lowering that power consumption through our APs, through our switches. And that's really important and becoming increasingly important, especially here in Europe, who are very, energy and earth conscious.
That's right. And, one of our customers, who's going to be an award winner, we'll announce him tomorrow, but is the third largest power supplier in the world. And one of the things they've been talking to customers about is how they pulled controllers out of their wireless network. And effectively, that is allowing them, by managing both their switches and wireless access points from the cloud, they cut their networking expense by 20%.
Wow, that's amazing.
So there's more efficiencies. And by the way, when you're pulling that out to the cloud, there's also power savings.
Right. And just closing the loop on the product announcements, some new universal switches. The 8000 series and 7000 series, there's a couple new switches there. Do you want to talk a little bit about those?
It's rounding out the portfolio.
Right.
So we started on the universal hardware journey, and again, the most flexible enterprise switching platforms in the industry. And what does that mean? It means that you buy hardware and you have the opportunity to choose what personality, if you will, what use case that you're driving towards with the switch. No one else has universal hardware. We have some people that talked about it. It's going to take them a while to bring it out, But again, going back to like, what is our reason for being here? We want to make it easier, simple. We want to provide flexibility. And that's what we're doing with universal hardware. So hardware starting off with the lower end of the portfolio, kind of out on the edge, and now moving into the core of the network. And that's what this announcement was about.
Yep. And so when you're sitting in the room with these customers, right, this is electric. I mean, there's so many people here. There's so many good conversations happening. And just kind of building and segueing from the portfolio, that's why we're winning. We've made it easy. We've made it flexible. Licensing is simple.
That's right.
And so talk a little bit about, some of the stories that you're hearing from customers. Talk about new ways and better outcomes. We talk a lot about that, but
that's
what is that all
it is.
about?
And we have a guest speaker who's going to be talking about innovation from Living Tomorrow. And innovation is about what? Innovation is about doing new things, right? It's doing something new. And that's really what has us so excited. Think about all of our employees at Extreme. What gets people excited? They like to see our technology at work. And then the idea that we can support our customers, their use case, in finding a new way, we're curious, to deliver a better outcome, leveraging our technology. So we have all of these tools. We talked about universal hardware, super flexible. We talked about cloud and cloud management. We talked about AI and ML and Copilot and what that brings to us. So we have more tools today than ever before to help customers on this journey to drive a better outcome. And there's a new way to do that. So this whole idea of innovating and finding a new way to deliver a better outcome in all the industries that we cover, it's pretty amazing. I'm going to be talking about retail tomorrow, right? And just think about Kroger and the store of the future. Highly competitive process. They chose Extreme. The world's largest cloud-managed network will be running on Extreme with new technologies. But you think about things like electronic shelf labeling, a lot of flexibility in price, right? So you don't have to go back. Think about all the savings from just that innovation that's going to be running on the network. Pay as you go. The idea that you could scan groceries when you're going through the store. So think about these retailers that kind of got crushed with Amazon coming in and the cloudification of shopping and shop from home. Well, now they're having to create a new experience. And so what's behind the new experience? The network, because everything's connected to the network. And so now we have that example, and that applies to healthcare. It applies to our governmental agencies and support. It applies to transportation companies. We talked a lot about we have airports and airlines here, well represented. But everyone is thinking about the consumer experience, and then that's what gets all us very excited because we're impacting that experience.
We talk a lot about the network being a strategic asset, and I think people pause when they hear that, thinking, oh, the network is just plumbing, but it really has pivoted, especially since what we went through in COVID and digital transformation. The network drove a lot of that innovation, a lot of what you just talked about with Kroger. That doesn't happen without a powerful network. So I'd love to hear from your perspective when we say network as a strategic asset. What comes to mind for you? How do you think about that?
Everything is connected to the network. Right? And so today's network is much more intelligent than maybe it has been in the past. And you think about the tools that we have and the insights, and we can capture and glean insights from the network. So if the network, obviously we have visibility to access points and switches and basically the equipment that's driving the network. But then we also have the next level visibility into the devices. So what are all the devices connected to the network? They could be customer devices, they could be devices that are deployed like IoT devices, but now all of a sudden we have visibility, and now we have tools and we're looking at the data, and now we have insights, and now we can start learning. So the network is highly intelligent today.
Well, thanks for your time today. Enjoy the rest of the event. I know we'll be getting energized by all the great stories.
You're going to have fun. You're going to have fun. You're going to have a lot of energized people.
Yeah.
All
right. Well, thanks, Ed. Thanks for joining us.
How cool is it to have Ed on the show, though?
I mean, it's, you can't ask for anything more than the president and CEO.
I know that is true. That is true. He ended that interview saying that there is a lot of excitement from the people out there, and that is true. Rowan is out there again, and he's found someone else to talk to us.
All right. Well, speaking of excited customers, let's see who Rowan's found this time.
We're down by the main stage area. The keynote sessions have just finished. I thought I'd catch up with some of our customers and find out what they thought. I'm here with Roberto. How are you, Roberto?
Hi, I'm fine. I'm great. Yeah.
Where are you from?
I'm from Italy. I'm from the northeast of Italy, from Trieste, and I work for a company which is called Elettra Synchrotrone Trieste, which is a research company that delivers synchrotron light radiation to users to make research in a lot of fields.
Amazing, amazing. Well, tell us what you thought of the main stage and what you heard this morning.
Well, as usual, because I'm following this conference since Phoenix in Arizona, and it's always very incredible to see this vibrant and lively company giving to the users all this news and all this sensation to be always on the top of technology and with a look to the future. So yes, it's great.
Anything you're going to take back with you that's going to help you in what your business does and what you do?
Absolutely, we have to implement the fabric, and during this year we will buy new devices. It's a project we're working on since at least 2 years, and this is the year where we will deploy all the devices and we will implement these new technologies. Because now we are running with devices which are 13 years old, so it's time to change. Yeah.
Okay, well, thank you, Roberto. Thanks for coming to Extreme Connect. Thanks for being a customer of Extreme. Okay, team, back to the studio.
All right. Well, we are joined here with Jussi Kivenniemi. He is the CEO and janitor of Hamina. Thank you for joining us.
Thanks so much for having me, guys.
All right. All right. Well, one of the things that's super important about an event like this is not just what Extreme is announcing and what Extreme is doing on the stage, but also the partners who are working with Extreme and supporting the vision of the Infinite Enterprise.
Absolutely, absolutely. And well, first of all, thanks for having me, and it's been a great show. We have a long history with Extreme Networks, and lots of product integration, all that kind of stuff. And it's a joy to be presenting that to the audience, the partners, the customers, everybody, and you guys.
Awesome. So one of the things is just there may be people out there who have not heard of Hamina. So I know, right?
Yeah.
So will you tell us a little bit about what you do?
Yeah, absolutely. So we create tools for people who design wireless networks. So if you need to design like a high quality Wi-Fi or private 5G network, something like that, we're the kind of people whose tools you'll be using for that to figure out like where to place the radios, how to align the antennas, things like that.
Yeah. Well, that's a super important thing, right?
Absolutely.
Because at the end of the day, there's some customers out there. I was recently in Savannah, Georgia with Georgia Ports, and when you're looking at a wide area of shipping containers that's constantly moving, the design of the network becomes super, super important. And those are the tools that people use. Your tools are the tools that they use to design those networks.
Absolutely, absolutely. It's ports, it's hospitals, it's education, it's the whole lot. By the way, the port you were at, I believe they built that port. David Coleman is from Georgia, right? So they actually built the port for his boat, and then they actually added some containers on top of that.
Yeah. Well, I did see an SS Coleman out there. It had,
not that he's an inflated ego or anything.
All right.
He's only CWNE number 4, right?
Yeah.
So,
Exactly. So in learning a little bit about the networks that you design, I heard that there is something about a walrus. I see you wearing a walrus on your sweatshirt.
I have been dying to know about the Walrus.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, the story of the Walrus it's become a little bit of a mascot for us, to be honest. And the reason for that is Hamina is actually a city in Finland. And last summer, there was a lost walrus that, came all the way from North Pole down past like Denmark, Sweden, all of those countries nobody has ever heard of, came to the Gulf of Finland and came to Hamina to bleep. I'm not going to say die, but to like live his last moments in a lot of joy and excitement. So that's what happened with the Walrus, and that ties in with David Coleman as well. In a way, not only are we talking about this boat, also about Walrus and Coleman. So to celebrate David Coleman's 92 years of career in Wi-Fi. we actually painted, we have a walrus also in our tool that you can move and kind of see how the walrus is connected to Wi-Fi. We painted the walrus purple just to honor the walrus, as well as Dave Coleman's 92 years in Wi-Fi.
Yeah. Well, I tell you, David Coleman's one of our, leading engineers around our wireless story and really the author of our, Wi-Fi story out there in the market.
Yeah, if you recognize David Coleman's name, it's probably because he's written a study guide that you've looked at.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. But let's talk about the Walrus in your tool, though. So there's something called the roaming man, right? And so that is what provides the model, because everything is being done with an algorithm, right? So talk to us a little bit about the roaming man, the roaming walrus, and how you're able to determine where you might need more radios.
Absolutely. So traditionally, these kind of network planning tools have been based on heat maps and maybe some like high capacity zones, things like that. So we thought we'd bring it one step further, which ended up being called the roaming man. So you can actually take a digital twin of yourself and say, I will be using an iPhone as I roam around the network. And then you can actually drag that roaming man around the network and see exactly how the network is working, whether you're connected to a 5G network, Wi-Fi network, whatever. But then, because the Walrus came to Hamina last summer, the same day we actually implemented a feature by pressing the W key in our tool, you can make it a Walrus. And by pressing C for Coleman, that Walrus turns purple. That's the entire story right there.
That's amazing.
Those are some cool shortcuts, I got to tell you.
Yeah, absolutely. And so, when we're thinking about now how network design plays into what we're doing here at Extreme, I can imagine that a great network design means more efficiency with how you buy your network APs, because you're strategically placing them for the most bang for their buck, right?
Absolutely. And that's why Extreme partners, customers are using the tool to, decide how many radios to buy, where to place them, all of that fun stuff. And what's great about it is using the Extreme APIs, we can actually take the network design in Hamina, click a button in Hamina, and deploy that network infrastructure directly into the Extreme Cloud IQ system.
Well, I mean, that is one of the powers of the digital twin, right?
Yeah.
Is the ability not to, I won't say simulate, but to recreate the experience that is in real life digitally, learn from it, and then confidently export that into reality.
And it sounds so easy, because what were you doing before?
Yeah. I don't know. I guess drawing like stuff on caves in the walls or something. Like that.
Yeah, I mean, it is kind of ancient technology now, right? Yeah. To do it the old way, because you're innovating, you're finding new ways to produce
better outcomes.
So let me ask you this now. So as we begin to look forward, there is a mass evolution, if you will, from the older versions of Wi-Fi to 6 gigahertz, Wi-Fi 6E, Wi-Fi 7. Talk to me a little bit about what you're seeing in the future of wireless.
Well, actually, to honor the Extreme Connect conference, today we are pushing out to production our capacity planning feature, which allows you to simulate, like, what if I actually took this network and just, let's say, rip and replaced everything, put them to 6E? How's my client base going to behave? What if I have 10% of 6E clients today? What if I have 50% tomorrow? You can visualize all of that in real time and then make improvements to the network. Don't ever do a rip and replace for 6 gigahertz, says Coleman and everybody. So you can actually see how it's going to work. How should you improve it to make it like phenomenal for 6 gigahertz? So today out the high capacity planning for 6 gigahertz.
Congratulations, that's awesome.
Yeah, that is really good.
Thank you.
So I got to say, this is the event. These events are the ones where the announcements get made. So you heard it here first.
Yeah, absolutely. It's these Oscars, know well.
Yeah. Exactly.
Oscars, Extreme Connect Live, tomato.
So when you start thinking about now that there are more and more things that are being placed on the network. So you've got, your traditional wireless technologies, you've got new technologies coming out, you've got IoT, this becomes really, really important. So what else do you see that people are starting to use the wireless network for?
Well, this is actually one of the reasons why we started Hamina, is because wireless wasn't just Wi-Fi anymore. It was increasingly private 4G, private 5G, IoT technologies like BLE, Zigbee, but also how wireless interplays. For example, in the case of Extreme, how it nicely interplays with switching, routing, all of that. So we actually support also like designing for cabling, PoE, switching, all of that. So it's not just the Wi-Fi network, it's the whole deal.
All right. Well, I tell you what, I really appreciate you taking some time out, spending some time with us, teaching us a little bit about what goes on before the AP gets, mounted to the wall. A lot of planning takes place, and it happens with Hamina.
Absolutely. And I was just, side note, I was following you guys on the sidelines for like 10 minutes. Wow, you guys are putting up quite a show. So kudos to both of you guys.
All right. Thank you so much. All right. Well, one of the things that we've got is we are planning a very big trip, and hopefully you're able to join us this evening to Olympiastadion,
Yes.
Berlin. So let's take a look at a video about that particular venue.
Generell ist der Betrieb eines Stadions immer eine Herausforderung im technologischen Bereich. Wenn zu einem Zeitpunkt X ein Stadion komplett renoviert oder neu gemacht wird, ist es vielleicht so, dass 10 Jahre später die Technologie schon wieder veraltet ist. Das heißt, man muss den Mut haben, zu gewissen Zeitpunkten Technik zu verbessern oder gar neu einzubauen. Bevor wir Extreme als Partner hatten, hatten wir kein WLAN in diesem Stadion. Wir haben uns also dann den besten Partner am Markt gesucht, mit der besten Technologie und mit einem guten Ansatz, der nicht nur technologisch, sondern auch kreativ ist. Für uns war es erstmal ein sehr großer Schritt, was unser Unternehmen angeht und auch die Wahrnehmung der Öffentlichkeit, dass wir ein ganzheitliches WLAN in diesem Stadion bekommen haben. Und das ist für die Zukunft sehr wichtig, denn es wird immer so sein, dass große Verbände wie zum Beispiel die UEFA, die FIFA, der DFB, die Leichtathletik-Dachverbände ein Pflichtenheft haben, was solch ein leistungsfähiges WLAN als Bedingung hat. Und insofern sind wir gut beraten, dass wir hier dieses WLAN erstmal installiert haben. Und was es dann genau können muss, das muss man mit dem jeweiligen Veranstalter entsprechend absprechen.
What an iconic venue. We're going to be there tonight.
I can't wait to go explore it. It's going to be so cool.
Absolutely. And so, wireless is one thing that connects people to the game that they love, but there's also the other technologies that secure those connections as well.
Exactly, like our fabric. And one really cool thing actually about Extreme's fabric, we have one of the most, or I think the most widely deployed fabric solutions in the world.
That is amazing. And it is one of those things too that I like about Fabric is the fact that not only does it provide that additional level of security for your security strategy, but it also starts creating ways through automation to simplify the management of the network. And typically, when you see security implemented, it typically restricts things.
Mm-hmm.
It restricts flow. I mean, we had to try to get through the airport, didn't we?
Yeah, I mean, talk about security.
Yeah, but so whenever you have security that not only provides a level of protection, but also facilitates and automates processes so that people who are understaffed and overworked,
Mm-hmm.
IT people, they can manage large networks easier and better.
Exactly. And honestly, that's, I think, the biggest thing I hear from our customers about our fabric solutions is just how easy it makes it to manage their networks in a secure way that works for them.
Yeah. So, we can ramble on about it, or we can cut to a video where we've got customers actually talking about it.
I think let's hear about it.
Yeah, let's hear about it.
Fabric is easy. Once you get Fabric set up, it's almost just hands off after that.
We have to continue to do more over the years and support more systems and environments, and the flexibility that Fabric technology provides has allowed us to maintain our operations without increasing our staffing and kept costs well under control.
Implementing Fabric Connect and just moving the servers, most of them virtual, just moving them across the wire to the new data center, like no downtime.
The city of Milwaukee has added a number of technologies and a number of applications in public safety. That'll include cameras in streets and pole cameras, shot spotter technology for audio, and having to layer those onto the system, it becomes much easier with the Fabric solution to adapt those technologies, bring them online.
My favorite part of the Fabric is just the ease of it. Once we can kind of set it up, just being able to extend it from one point to another point without any interaction makes it a lot easier.
Something needs to fail over on the fabric end of the network, it's instant. You don't even notice.
Zudem durch die Fabric-Lösung und die teilweise volle Automatisierung bestimmter Prozesse hat es natürlich extrem geholfen, den Betriebsablauf zu verbessern.
Fabric is easy.
Well, I like the first line of that. Fabric is easy.
Fabric is easy.
So, as we start to draw down to the end of the show, we've talked a little bit about the announcements that have been made. We talked about the excitement of the people that are here in Berlin. But there's also one more thing that we need to talk about, and that's the Extreme employees.
The Extreme employees on site are so excited, and not just about the show. So behind the scenes tidbit for you guys, Ryan had a pretty exciting victory earlier.
That's right. So one of the things that we're doing here at Extreme Connect 2023 is we are running an employee rock, paper, scissors contest. And so all of the employees that are here at the event are facing off in a one-match battle to see who is going to emerge as the greatest and the first and greatest rock, paper, scissors champion. And I won my first round match.
Yeah, you did.
Just before the show.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
And this isn't playground rock, paper, scissors. This is a worldwide, global standard, rules, regulations based bracket. We've got everything rock, paper, scissors.
Absolutely.
It's serious.
Absolutely. And so there was a demonstration earlier that was, and then people started asking questions, and they wanted to make sure. One thing I can say about Extreme employees is that they are competitive, and that's me too.
Yeah, here at Extreme Networks, we don't do anything by half measures. I'll tell you that much.
We do it extreme. And so I thought it might be a fun thing to do is let's face off.
Shall we demonstrate?
Shall we demonstrate? We
All right,
shall.
Here
All
we
right,
go.
here we go. Do you want to call it?
Shall I do and it's this hand out, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Ready? Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Look at that.
You won again.
I got again. There it is. Still undefeated. All right. Well, if you enjoyed this show, absolutely tune in tomorrow because we have a whole other day of events, main stage. What are you excited about tomorrow?
I'm excited about some of the news and guests that we have coming on the program. I mean, I've seen the run sheet. I know you guys haven't, but I think you should tune in because it's going to be pretty cool.
Yeah. So we'll be back here 3:00 local time.
Yes.
And whatever
Which
time
is 9
that
a.m.
is.
Eastern. 9 a.m. Eastern.
9 a.m. Eastern. And we'll be back 3:00 local time, 9 a.m. Eastern, with another hour of wrap-ups, live guests, wonderful things, more videos about customers and technologies. It's going to be a lot of fun.
We've got all sorts of good stuff coming. So, I hope we see you all there.
All right. Well, my name is Ryan Smith.
I'm Blair Donald.
And we will catch you next time on Extreme Connect Live.
Thanks for tuning in.